You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
As everyone knows, President Trump says no men in women's sports. But of course, who has been the biggest offender? What state has been the biggest offender when it comes to them defying President Trump? One would actually think it's California.
Probably
it's
Maine.
Not.
Probably
it's Maine.
It
is the state of Maine. They have been very, very defiant, man. They actually let that pole vaulter win. Playing girls sports has been outrage. And they got the funding strip. Now they're trying to sue the Trump administration because they want the money. You want the money, but yet you don't want to comply with the law. Interesting, right? Well,
it's the wrong administration for that. Just letting them know it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we got a parent that showed up to a school board meeting wearing a MAGA hat. And boy, I can tell you this, they didn't like it. He wanted accountability for this trans invasion in women's sports. He wants the state of Maine to stop with the trans madness. They don't want to do it. Actually, they snapped on him. They snapped him. We got the video too. So let's go ahead and look at this here. Check this out. Communist China right here. Maine MAGA parent silenced by school board in clash over trans athlete.
Oh.
A school board meeting in Maine's capital of Augusta turned contentious on Wednesday after a parent in a MAGA hat was silenced by officials while railing against the state's resistance to President Trump's trans athlete ban. Nick Blanchard denounced Maine's insistence on continuing to allow males to compete against females in women's and girls' sports while wearing a MAGA hat. He also introduced a petition to have Coney Middle School and High School principal Kim Linscomb removed from her position. However, when Blanchard shamed the school board member who voted no on returning to the 2020 interpretation of Title IX, Augusta School Board Chair Martha Witham cut Blanchard off, saying she would not allow negative comments. He didn't make a negative comment. That's the thing. And she snapped. Don't worry, we get to the video. Linscomb is currently the president of Maine's Principals Association, which supports transgender athletes' participation in school sports based on gender identity. Blanchard, who not only wore a MAGA hat, but also a t-shirt with a picture of Maine Governor Janet Mills, read, "You're fired." Began his talk by praising the 6 members of the school board who voted to comply with the Trump executive order and revert to the 2020 interpretation of Title IX, which did not allow males to compete in female sports. However, he also strongly criticized one board member who voted against it. And we got a video clip here, and let's go over here and jump over here to Ed's so we can actually watch how the board just snaps on him. So let's go back over here and watch this. Here we go. With the sound, that would actually help. Anyway, here we go.
Good afternoon, Augusta School Board. I'd like to start off tonight by saying good job and thank you to the 6 members that voted to go back to the 2020 interpretation of Title IX. And shame on the one board member that voted no.
I'm sorry, but negative comments will not be allowed.
Most of you have heard by now that I had started a petition that Augusta concerned parents, both Republican and Democrat, are signing. This petition is asking if you, the school board members, will put up a vote to have Ms. Kim.
I'm sorry, that's not going to be tolerated.
She's
Wow.
also a public...
I'm sorry, it will not be tolerated. I'm going to ask you to step from the podium. That's the second warning I'm going to give you about making defamatory remarks about
I was at defamatory remarks.
I know.
I was at defamatory remarks.
I don't have to explain it to you.
So you're just gonna make a claim and just...
I'm not gonna allow you to speak to school personnel in
I'm not
any
speaking
way.
and I'm speaking to you guys. I am speaking to the board. I made that clear. I said, most of you heard, I'm asking you, the school board.
These comments will not be tolerated at the meeting directed to us or to anybody else in this room.
Is that not what we're doing here? Is me making comments directly to you guys with me
It
standing
was
here
involving us, it was involving an employee. It will not be tolerated.
Okay, I won't mention no names.
Once more, and you're off the podium, off the.
So, as most of you know, someone is the president of the Maine Principal Association.
No, close enough. I'm sorry. You're done, Mr. Blanchard. You're done, Mr. Blanchard.
What?
You're done, Mr. Blanchard.
Wow. Communist China right here.
Wow. What is your reaction?
Wow. Okay. Number one, I think around 80% of the public, just so we have some clarification, about 80% of the public do not want to see boys or men in women's sports. Okay.
Right.
Now, when you're talking 80% of the public, that means you got a hell of a lot of Democrats that agree with this cat right here. All right.
70% of Democrats agree with him.
The other thing is he's right. What country are we in exactly? Because they're trying to they're trying to cream his free speech. They're trying to silence that guy, strip him of his free speech. Here is my third thing, and I'm starting to believe this is real fact. The most radical individuals in this country have to do with our educational systems. The most radical across the board. Teachers union, whether it's from elementary school teachers all the way through these universities, they are radicalized. They're crazy. If you removed that section of the voting base, what would all this look like right now? Because they're not only that, but they're teaching our children. So they're indoctrinating our kids on a regular basis. I've been saying it. It's a conveyor belt through universities. I've seen pictures of kids going into universities looking perfectly normal, coming out the other side with like 15 tattoos, purple hair, and nose rings all over the place, and they're radical. They're nuts. This is a major problem. All right? The educational system is fractured.
Yeah. It's not just happening in America either. It's happening in Europe as well. And it wouldn't put it past me if Keir Starmer would allow that nonsense to carry on in the UK soon enough as well, with biological men hijacking female sports.
I'm trying to figure out I'm trying to figure out what did he say that was derogatory. He was like, "What? Shame on this person for voting this way," and she said,
"Well, he said I filed a petition to get that one person out of there." By the way, was it just me, or did he literally say only one person voted in favor of it? Is that what I caught? 7 of them voted against allowing boys in women's sports, but that one decided to vote in the other direction. He decided to publicly call them out. I mean, obviously it's not hidden information or he wouldn't have it.
Yeah, he says, quote, "Good job and thank you to the 6 members that voted to go back to the 2020 interpretation of Title IX, and shame on the one board member that voted no."
Yeah.
Blanchard said, Whittam pounced on Blanchard's comment saying, quote, "I'm sorry, but negative comments will not be allowed."
What's negative about that? It's a factual comment. It's not a negative comment. It's a factual comment.
Yeah. So if you say shame on one board member that voted no, that's a negative comment.
What's the problem?
Yeah.
He didn't actually call this person any kind of derogatory names. He didn't curse at him. None of that. I think under the circumstances, the guy did pretty good. I mean, he's up there in front of everybody.
Yeah, he held his cool better than I would.
Me too. You know me. You know me.
I know the old roads rants, man, was dropping F-bombs every third word.
I mean, y'all hearing it right now because, I mean, let's not stop here. Let's get the cops involved. Let's get the cops hauling me out of here. How about that right now? Because, no, you're not fixing to do me like that. I get it. I get where the guy's coming from. Janet Mills will not win this.
No, she's not going to win this.
None of these governors will win this. And honestly, do I think the governors know that? Yeah. Do I think this is a virtue signal by them? Yeah. They're not going to beat Trump. They must be out of their gourds. It's not going to happen. But
it's a losing issue for them.
Look, the moment that they fire back at Trump, they know, guess what? Their phones start ringing. MSNBC starts calling. CNN starts calling. They know they're going to get platformed. And they're going to start getting their pockets lined by the radical left supporters. That's all that's about. They cannot beat Trump. They will not beat him.
I just thought of something, man. Think of this here. With this executive order stopping transgenders from competing in female sports, have you noticed something? It just dawned on me. The mainstream media is not talking about this. Why? It's a losing issue.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
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 They've not touched this.
I'd say one thing as well.
Mick cut out.
With the governor, Janet Mills. Because
you got to repeat yourself, Mick.
Trump.
Hey, repeat yourself. You cut out.
You cut out.
If I was a taxpayer in Maine, I'd be extremely hacked off with Janet Mills as well because she's wasting taxpayers' cash trying to sue Trump in a losing battle. And Trump's actually said to her, he goes, I welcome you suing me because I'm going to be the winner in it.
Yep.
I've seen the video. I think Officer Tatum did the video on it.
There's several losing issues right now in the country for Democrats. This is one of them. You've got a Democrat that just come out and proclaimed that she regretted voting for the Laken Riley Act on camera on CNN, I think it was last night. Came out and said that's a losing issue. You keep losing. You're mad that Elon Musk is literally trying to save money for Americans.
Yeah.
That's a losing issue. I guess in a way, keep it up because you're going to walk us right into another victory in 2028. I mean, that's another landslide.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.